Today we're going to go over 12 ways that you can protect yourself from law enforcement tyranny. But remember, I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice, but rather for information and entertainment purposes only. I'm Will, and this is InfoPrison. As the so-called country is actually a corporation and therefore no longer a government, none of them no longer have any lawful authority over any of us. They have legal authority via contracts that we signed, and your ID is proof of contract. But remember, all legal constitutes contracts and commerce, thereby requiring mutual consent, which is what this joinder thing is all about. Once you show them your ID, that is the consent they're looking for, and you are done for. But in reality, all they really have is ego, lies, misdirections, manipulations, to the end of tyranny, oppression, and slavery for most. And yes, I said most, as one of the maxims of law is equality before law is paramount. Maximum laws are self-evident truths which can be found in the back of a Black's Law dictionary. Anyways, who is the master of ego, lies, misdirections, and manipulations? Well, Lucifer, Satan, Enki, the great deceiver, whatever you choose to call him. Furthermore, as we have found Luciferians at the top of governments, corporations, religions, the medical industry, pharmaceuticals, mainstream media, Hollywood, the music industry, etc., and everything that is supposed to protect us has been weaponized against us. So it's very difficult not to believe all cops are bad. So to most people, it doesn't matter how good of a person you are when you're with your friends, at home with your family. If once you are a uniformed officer, they are expected to be the tyrant they were trained to be, being paid to be, and choose to continue knowingly and willingly be. So, do I hate all cops? No. Of course not. They are all misdirected and manipulated people just like the rest of the masses. But as they incorrectly believe that they have power over others, they can become very dangerous, like gangbangers or a pack of rabid dogs. And it's time we stand together against these criminals, as we are winning and they are losing. It's also important to remember that the Bill of Rights says it's our duty as Americans to resist tyrannical government. So what can we do to protect ourselves from tyranny while peacefully disabling them? Well, we have 12 things. Number 1, never trust a cop on duty. Of course not all cops are bads. But how do we know which is which? We don't. So we must assume they are all bad in order to protect ourselves. After all, they assume we're all criminals and treat us as such, even though their own law states we are innocent before proven guilty. It's sad, yes, but they forced it to be this way by continuing to uphold unlawful and unconstitutional acts and the statutes therein, instead of protecting us, our constitutional, inalienable, and God-given rights. So don't worry about their feelings. It's not worth your safety. It's not worth your life to protect their feelings. Cops are used to being hated, lied to, cursed, screamed at, etc. Plus, cops ruin innocent people's lives daily without a second thought. Number 2, always video record with audio anytime cops are around, even if they're not there for you. Number 3, never give them ID so they can create joinder just because they ask for it. They must have witnessed you commit a crime or be on a call against you. Number 4, always deny consent to anything you have the right to deny consent to, and convincingly express that you are denying consent as you are afraid for your life, freedom, constitutional rights, no matter how they pretend to put you at ease. Because trust me, it's a trick. Every time I've ended up in jail is right after they tried to put me at ease, saying things like, no need to worry, everything's going to be okay, nothing's going to happen to you, and next thing you know, clink clink, and I'm in jail. Number 5, plead the fifth, i.e. invoke your Fifth Amendment constitutional right to stay silent so they can't trick you into incriminating yourself. Number 6, constantly ask questions while never answering their questions unless your answer to their question is another question. Number 7, never open your door or home to a cop unless they have a lawful warrant. And even then, make them show you the warrant and all their badge numbers and names before you open the door. You may even want to call the cops or the courts to make sure it can be confirmed that they are actually cops, actually acting upon an actual lawful warrant. Believe it or not, people have dressed like cops to engage in home invasions, child abductions, and all this plenty of times in the past. It happens. Which brings us to number 8. On a traffic stop, never roll down your windows. Keep your doors locked and your seatbelt on. And always inform them that you are doing so because, again, you are afraid for your life. And again, don't supply ID unless you know you did the driving mistake they stated that you did. If you knew you did it, then give them your ID, take the ticket, and just move on with your life. But if you know you didn't do it, and you know they're lying just to get something on you, that's when you need to worry. Unless you know you did the driving mistake they stated, as then refusing to show ID is impeding an investigation. In a situation where you know you did what they said they did, and you still want to protect yourself, what you can do is put your IG, reg, and proof of insurance on the window of the car. So you don't have to open the window or the door, and they can still read it from outside the car, get what they need to get, and you stay safe in your car. It only takes a crack, just enough to get a finger in, for them to rip that window out and pull you out, because I've seen many times where a cop will lie about why they pulled you over, and as soon as they get your ID, they violently rip you out of the car, arrest you or pretend to arrest you, just so they can physically abuse you. Whenever a cop does grab you, whether they're trying to pull you out of the car, they're trying to put you in the old chicken wing or sankyo or whatever they're trying to do, ikkyo, nikyo, sankyo, yonkyo, gokyo, ro. Whenever a cop grabs you, whether you're in your car or they happen to confront you outside your car, in any situation, always scream over and over again, "I'm not resisting arrest, you're hurting me. I'm not resisting arrest, you're hurting me," over and over again, so that you're recording it. Hopefully they have a body cam that's recording it, and any bystanders around are hearing that they are hurting you, and you are absolutely not resisting. They're hurting you because they want to see you in pain. And number 9, always ask for their name and badge number. Remember, they are public servants. They work for you and I. They have to give their name and badge number if you ask for it, but you don't have to give it to them if they ask for it unless they witnessed you or suspect you of committing a crime. Also, try to get a business card so you don't have to remember the names and number. This is also why recording everything really helps you out. Number 10, if they harass you for more than 30 seconds, immediately demand a supervisor. Don't wait on this. Don't give them the time to box you in, trick you, call for backup, etc. Remember, you are the victim. They are the criminals. And just like the devil, they will constantly manipulate you to feel like you did something wrong, but they are the criminals, and they always have. Number 11, unless you're being detained or under arrest, you are free to go. Use your shoes and walk away. So if they continue to harass you, repeat this over and over again. Am I under arrest, or am I free to go? Or am I being detained, or am I free to go, depending on the situation, until they say you are free to go. Then again, use your shoes and walk away. Finally, number 12. Never be afraid to treat them like the servants that they are. Don't let them intimidate you. You take the dominant, honorable high road. Stay calm and cordial, but don't be afraid to go over their heads. And above all, file lawsuits against them, their departments, whenever possible. So they either change their ways or they go out of business. After all, it's just a business. It's all about money. It's not about right and wrong. I think most of us know that by now, regardless of what they say. And remember, always be recording, so you have the evidence you need to protect yourself. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. If you learned something today, subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be smart.